Hey guys, Maverick77 here. I got my primer all scuffed up, and I scuffed up a little bit past where I sanded my primer. I just hit it with 800 quick because that's what I had, 800, and I sanded this corner of the door, and I also hit it with some 800. Same thing on the other side. It's the same exact thing on as this side, but I figured I'd show you guys how I do my blendy blends. Like here, especially I want it to buff in, and maybe there I want to be able to buff it in, but down in the jams and shit, I don't give a fuck. First things first, I sanded my primer with 400, and then I went out past the 800 because my color is going to come up here and blow out, and then my clear is going to come up here and past there. So I want to have good adhesion for my base coat, and then I want the clear to go a little bit past the base with a good mechanical tooth. And then I'll show you what I do here. First things first, I've heard guys say that buffing compound on a blend area, blah blah blah. What I do is buffing compound, but I actually take the buffer and I'll buff the paint here. And what that's going to do is that's going to make the clear coat absolutely clean. That's going to take off anything that's on the surface, any bugs, spatter, dirt. It's going to buff it and cut the very little layer and make it clean, sparkling, fucking clean, fresh. And then I'll show you what I do after that. Okay guys, so see, I got that area buffed. See how nice and clean and shiny it is now? There's no imperfections in the surface like dirt as there was like over here versus here. I did it to the door, and I didn't wipe it down yet, so most of the smudges are still rubbing compound. See, it's all clean now. Now what I do in the areas that I buffed where I'm going to be blending my clear is I take lacquer thinner or some kind of gun wash. This is 501 general purpose solvent, and what I do with that is I soak the living shit out of one of those white ball shop rags, and I'll go over this surface, saturating the clear coat liberally with lacquer thinner, and that will soften the clear coat to an extent. It'll make sure the surface is extra super clean, and it'll soften it ever so little bit as well, and it'll give something for the clear to kind of to bind with. Now I still got to mask up all my jams and whatnot. I got to mask off this whole car and bag it. But I usually go around and wipe all my edges where I'm going to be sticking my masking tape with thinner first, so at the same time that's when I will rub thinner all over these panels right here. I'll be doing it on the door, all around here. You just soak it with thinner, and you just heated up the surface and buffed all the imperfections off, and then you hit it with thinner, and it kind of loosens the clear coat, and it gives something for your clear to stick to. Also one of the biggest things when you want to do a spot job is you should try to find yourself a speed clear or a spot clear, something like that, because a speed clear will harden a lot faster, and the clear tends to get harder because of the fact that it's speed clear. So that's something that you want, because when you buff this, you want your clear, where you fan out your clear, you want that to be as hard as it possibly can, because when you buff it, that's what's going to hold the shine. If it's soft, it's just going to keep coming back and back, and you'll see the line and the line, and the farther back you come, you'll get into the thicker clear, and that line will be really hard to get rid of. But that's a topic to talk about on another time. I'm just showing you the mechanics of how I do it right now. I'm not trying to get into the theory of why, because I could talk forever. But 400, usually 600, or I had 800 this time, and then buff, wipe with lacquer thinner, and then I'm gonna mask off, and I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, I'm all masked up, bagged up, ready to go. I wiped her down with wax and grease remover. I got her all bagged up. I don't tape close to where I do my blend. I think I'm going to do my blend ending somewhere here. Close, nice soft edge. It's not taped, it's not held down. Yeah. So one of the other things I do is I have this wiped down with thinner and buffed and cleaned and everything. I get me a piece of 1500. I just happen to have this stuff on that nice cushy block, and I'm gonna scuff the area here, because you can buff out 1500 grit scratch no problem, and it still gives something for the clear to mechanically adhere to. So I'm gonna hit this with some 1500 here, and on the other side on the same spot, and around on the door, in the jams. I don't give a fuck. So 1500, give it a little bit of a scratch to stick to, and I'll show you when I start. Okay guys, so there's my base all laid out. I did my little blend up in there with my base. I got the door blended in. You just feather out your spray pattern to blend the color. I stopped my color right about there. I'll probably stop my clear right about there. Same thing on this side. I stop my color right about there on this side. I'll probably stop my clear out in here somewhere. We'll see how it goes. But when I lay my first coat of clear, what I'm doing is I'm laying it out, and I'm gonna start out at my furthest point where I want my blend, and I'll hold my gun at an angle a little bit, and I'll just blow it really quick once there. Like if I want my blend to be right here, I'm just gonna go, and then I come down and I lay it on like I normally would, but I never go back up to where I made that one little pass, because that one little pass is the feather that you can buff into your thicker clear. So it's like a blend, but you're going out to your furthest area first and then working your way in. So I'll just do one thing of clear here, and then I'll work down and come down in, and then up here I'll just blow. But let me try to figure out a way if I can set you guys up. Okay guys, the temps up top right around, I don't know, 67, 68. The humidity's right around 60. Temps at 64 degrees, that's what I sprayed her at, right around 60. 64, 67 degrees, it was something like that when I sprayed. And she came out nice, guys. I'm running low on time. I got about 44 seconds left, but she came out nice and shiny. And there you can see my blend. And if I run over to the other side, I got 30 seconds here on this. Here's my other blend. And I'll show you guys the door on the next video. There's the blend. I'll show you buffing this when I get to it too. But I'll talk to you guys later. She's all one color and shiny. And I hope my tips help you guys out when you do your blends. Later.